I mean, so you do a lot of seed investing. My first question was just like, what's a good 2-minute pitch? You know, they all have to do them. What's a good 2-minute pitch look like to you?
Yeah, I heard Tim talk about, you know, you guys are spending 10 weeks preparing for 2 minutes. That sounds super stressful. I wouldn't think it's that extreme, but those 2 minutes are pretty important. For Vegas Tech Fund, we don't really invest in one domain. So we're open to, you know, retail, B2B, SaaS, whatever. But I think what's important is because we're willing to see businesses that we don't understand, that you get me excited about a business I have no idea about very quickly. Like, I'll give an example. We were talking about, I do some mentoring for some Teach for America alumni who are building like social enterprises in the teaching space. And I don't know anything about that other than, you know, I went to high school. And they opened up with, here's some pictures and videos of substitute teachers sleeping in classrooms that students are taking. So, you know, they kind of kick off, it's kind of light, it's funny. And they're like, we want to fix how bad substitute teachers are. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. You know, it's like, I can see that being a problem, but I'm not super excited yet.
We've all had terrible
substitute teachers, right? And then the third line was, the leading provider of substitute teachers in America is a $4 billion business. We're taking them down. I'm like, I'm excited about that, right? So those three things, a little bit of storytelling, a little bit of context, and like quickly, what's my market opportunity? That was really, that kind of blew my mind.
When's the market opportunity get too big? Like, I'm sure you hear some crazy, like the total addressable market is all of transportation, or all of logistics.
I think if you're painting that if you're a really early startup and you're painting like my total addressable market opportunity is everyone with 2 legs, it just shows that you're not like focused at all. I think even if, you know, I wasn't in any early Uber pitches, unfortunately, but like Uber in the early days of pitching, when I've talked to investors, they weren't saying, we're going to take over the taxi industry. They're like, we're going to kill black cars. We're going to reinvent how people get black cars. And that was still big enough for a lot of people to be excited about. And now, like, I know people in San Francisco that like take Uber instead of Muni now because it's so cheap.
Yeah,
right?
I felt silly this morning. I arrived at Caltrain and there are all these taxi cabs and I still called an Uber to come and get me.
It's crazy, right? And you feel kind of bad because you see them all giving you stink eye as you walk past, jumping into the Lexus or the Prius. But yeah, that happens.
So what's the biggest train wreck pitch you've gotten?
I think one of the things you have a good opportunity being in the Bay Area is go to a lot of like pitch not even competitions, like meetups where people just practice pitching. And you'd be surprised, even when people have like 10 minutes to pitch and the panel at the end of it, how many people's like, so what is your business? Because people might spend too long on the narrative of the storytelling of like, you know, teachers in America are broken, you know, we all need to band together to fix it. And you're like, yeah, that's a problem. It's like, I still have no idea what you guys are doing. So make sure that and that seems like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how many people's like, at the end of a pitch, I have no idea what you do as a startup.